Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the S-51, the Tier 7 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Erlenberg Assault, and this one's under the command of Moose. And this is the third replay I've done for him this evening. Well, he's in the Arty they call the Unicorn, and I think you can see why for obvious reasons. Yes, that barrel does stick out a long way, and it looks like the horn on a unicorn, so that's what it got the name. It's actually a KV-1S, which has been modified to carry a huge howitzer on top of it. And in fact, actually, the Soviets could never get this right because it shook the chassis to pieces every time they fired the gun. So it wasn't a successful SPG for the Soviets, but it's a successful SPG in the game because it's fun to play. It's difficult to play. And in fact, it's so difficult that some Arty players never get around to playing it. And this is what happened to Moose. Because Moose has only just bought the S-51 because he went up the traditional route and bought the SU-14-1 instead and played that, and then got the SU-14-2 and moved his way up the Soviet line, but he never bothered to go to that offshoot where the KV-2 branches out into the S-51 and there's another Arty there. So he never tried it, but he's bought it now, and I think he's beginning to like it. But it's a fairly difficult Arty to get to like because it's difficult to play, especially if you've got the top gun, which is the 203mm. He's actually firing the 152mm at the moment, but he's getting good success. He's got 261 hit points off that T29. Now, the good thing about the 152mm howitzer on this one is it's got a fast reload, 21 seconds, and that's pretty good compared to the other 155mm arm ones. Oh, he's got a kill! He took out the T-44 who was hiding along that street, and he just got splashed to death. Now the S-51 with the big gun, not the stock gun, he's firing the stock gun at the moment, the big one's the 203mm B4. And with that gun, there are quite a few bombardiers because it's so powerful. It's got such a big footprint that it can take out a lot of enemy tanks by just landing the shells between them. Rounds out in that tank and splashed him. 327 hit points, stun assist, now 673. And the target's gone, so he's picked up a load of stun assist. Now, the other good thing about the S-51 with the stock gun, which is what he's got at the moment, is that you get a lot more shells. You get 30 shells to play with, and that means you can survive the entire battle without running out. And that makes a huge difference overall. That IS-3 he just stunned, he's picked up even more stun assist. He's up to 2.5k of stun assist so far. So that's going to massively increase his score at the end. It's all assistance. Trying to get an aim on that Air Mix M4. Hits the house instead. Now I know some Arty players absolutely hate the S-51 because they can't get the hang of it, but I mean, that's okay. It's horses for courses. Some people like this Arty, some people don't. I think it's actually a bit of a hoot. And the first time I played it with the 203mm, that sort of thing happened. I fired a round in, which actually hit the target blind. And I didn't know until the end of the battle how much damage I'd done, but I virtually wiped the enemy tank out with one shot because it penetrated the tank and took virtually all the hit points, bar 4. Rounds out in the tortoise, direct hit, 139. It hit the frontal armour of that tortoise. Now the fast fire rate means that the S-51 is very good at fire suppression. On matters like this, on a tortoise, where he's facing off against one of our guys in an IS-3, it means you can keep the enemy frustrated and stunned and disabled, and that helps your teammate to get the hits on the target which can get him the kill. Only a few more seconds to go and he can put another one in. Rounds out. Another direct hit, 72 hit points, more stun. It all adds up. Rounds out. Another direct hit, 70 hit points again. IS-3's using the wreck for cover. That tortoise is going to go. Okay. Moose is indicating target. He wants that tortoise. He fires a round in, stuns him. Critical damage to his tracks. Just altering his position slightly. Remember, this is an assault battle, so he's got 4 minutes 25 seconds to seize the cap or kill all of the enemy tanks. Going for it again. He fires. Rounds out. Oh, hits the building. I heard the premature explosion. He's trying to get an angle so he can hit that tortoise again and again. Okay, he's thought about going after the Peter near the cap, but he's going for the tortoise. We lost the IS-3. There's a 705 down there as well. I'm afraid the angle's now too acute for us to get a shot on the tortoise. And we're shooting between the towers. And we just lost the object 705. He's trying to get an angle. He can't get one on the tortoise unless he moves over to that position. He fires. It looks like it would have landed near the tortoise, but we lost sight of him. Okay, he's changed his aim to the Scorpion up in the northeast corner of the map. If we can get our tanks through in that area, then we can start pressuring the cap. Okay, we've got an SU-130PM in the water. We haven't got an angle. At that moment, we've got something in the way, and I think it's the castle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the castle. And I'm pretty sure pulling back is not going to work, because it's the top of the castle that's just too big. So he's changing the angle instead. That should do it. Give it a go. He's now aiming for the Scorpion over on the other side. He's running. Now you need to give a long lead. Oh, enemy Arty's in sight. Dialed in. Rounds out. And yes, kill. So second kill for Moose. There's only 2 enemies remaining. The SU-130PM and the Peter. He's going to be loaded momentarily, and that Peter's going to be dead in the next few seconds. Here we go. Line him up. Lead shot. Rounds out. It's going to be a little too late, I'm afraid. Yep, stunned him, but it was close. And they got the Peter. So it's only the SU-130PM, and unfortunately he's just killed our Scorpion. So we need 3 in the cap now. We lost sight of the SU-130PM, and we're being pinged by our Scorpion. If anything, I'd say that SU-130PM will be moving as fast as he can to get south. We've had the 2-minute warning. We ought to have put enough in the cap to do the cap. The standard B's coming as well. They're chasing after that SU-130PM. And he's just killed our T-44. There he is. Okay, and he's killed, which wins the game. And I think Moose didn't have a shot again because the castle was in the way yet again. But he did it within the last minute. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Moose and the S-51. He's finally done it. He bought the S-51, tried it out, and with the stock gun, he's aced it. He did enough damage, stun assist, and actual to actually earn it. Let's have a look at the team scores. He's got, oh, I should say, he did get a bruiser medal as well. He got 10 critical hits. He only needed 5. And if we look at the team scores, we can see he didn't get the highest damage. No, that actually went to the SU-130PM on the enemy team with 4,599 hit points. The next high scorer being the Standard B with 3,903. And after that, it was the IS-3 with 3,098. Moose got 1,328 actual damage. And when it came to kills, it was the SU-130PM again. He got 5 kills, 1/3 of our team. 4 kills went to the Standard B, 3 kills to the Beecher. And, well, Moose managed to get 2. And when it came to base XP, it was the Standard B who got the highest with 1,127. Moose managed to get 1,109. And the IS-3 managed to get 1,018. And I think this contributed to the ace tanker because so few people actually know how to play the S-51 good, or well, I should say. The standard for getting an ace tanker is quite a bit lower than the other Artys. It's easier to get because it's much more difficult to get it. If you know what I mean. It's a difficult Arty to play, so the standard to get an ace is lower. I think that makes sense. It is a much more difficult Arty to play, but if you do play it well, you do get the aces. Let's have a look at the detail report. 17 shots fired, 4 direct hits, no penetrations but 16 splash. Damage of 1,328 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 3,264 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns, and that's where he got the ace really. He was kept on stunning those enemies and then they were taken out by teammates. On a premium count, he earned 41,238 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he actually had 42,817 credits. He received 1,109 XP, got 1,664 from personal reserves, 6,656 from personal missions payout, and took away 9,984 experience points altogether. So he's aced it, but now he's got to work his crew skills up, and then as soon as he's got his 3rd mark, then he's got to master the 203mm B4 howitzer, which you only get 12 rounds to play with. And that is a lot more difficult because it means you have to be very careful where you put the rounds to make sure you get the maximum effect from each one. And as I say, they do have a big footprint, but it can be a lot of fun proving that the big gun does work. I prefer to mark it with the small gun. It's easier to do it with the smaller gun. And so he's doing the right thing. Stick with the small gun till you've got it marked, and especially get your 3rd mark, and then move up to the big gun and have fun just literally bombardiering people out of the game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel if you can, please. We're only a small channel. We do have some rather interesting replays. We're the only channel that regularly features Arty games. So you can learn a lot by watching how the good Arty players do it, because it'll teach you how to do it yourself. And of course, we are closely associated with our group, What Arty Noobs, and some of the members have actually come up with Arty tutorials, so do pay attention to those. We will put links to those on the videos so that you can find them. If you enjoyed that replay, thanks very much for watching.